Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me here at Esther 5D Energy. I hope you had a good week this week. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for listening. I'm going to go into channel now and see what the guides have to say. This vessel steps back. And we step forward as the Galactic Command. Our transmission this week is again about balance, about finding balance in your life. We talked last week or the week before about polarity and how polarity is something that is going to always exist on this planet as part of its creation, as part of the experiment here. And as the polarity harmonizes, things in your life will get easier. Your world will get easier to manage. Humans themselves will get along better. But there will always be polarity here. And in your life, there will always be challenges or learnings, some more intense than others. It is about navigating this, not trying to get out of having any or around having any challenges, but managing them, staying balanced through them in a way that you're going to feel them, you're going to acknowledge them, and you're going to be fully present when they are happening. And in this way, in your full presence, you are presenting your full power, your balanced self. When challenges arise, it may take you a moment, it may take you more than a moment at times to go inside of yourself and step back a bit from a situation to navigate it. Or perhaps realize that it might need to be revisited at another time, if that's possible. Perhaps when you've had some rest or some food. You see, there are many challenges that come up throughout your day. And part of growing into being the best person that you can, the best version of you, is navigating moment by moment, day by day, and trying to solve the issues that you have that you can at that time in a balanced way. And if not being able to do that, recognizing your ability to step back from it and wait till your emotional body has had a chance to balance itself a bit, to allow, if it has triggered you, to allow that trigger to calm down, we would call it, or smooth out a bit. For you're supposed to have a range of emotion as a human. So balancing polarity doesn't mean that you won't have emotion, you won't have joy, or you won't feel discomfort or anxiety, a little bit at a time. It shouldn't ever be so overwhelming, but when it does get that way, the best version of you would recognize it and say to yourself, because you love yourself, I am really feeling overwhelmed right now by what is going on. I need to step back. I need some time, some space to allow myself to realign. And that may mean taking a walk. It may mean doing a meditation or playing some music, just to shift your energy a bit to a higher vibration, to allow your nervous system to balance itself. And the more that you're able to do this, it's like learning to ride a bike. The easier it will get. And pretty soon, it will be more automatic for you. And so that best version of yourself is always sitting there, barely under the surface. That best version of yourself is just about each day making those choices that may not be life-changing, altering choices that will affect 10 years from now, but just the moment by moment choices that are in the highest good for you. And learning to navigate that way. And also by allowing yourself to be present in the moment, appreciating the good things, allowing joy to come into your life, even if it's something small. It may be something good or funny that you've seen or heard, or just being with others that you enjoy being with, and not letting that moment get past you. For all humans have allowed some of their really good times to get past them. They happen so quickly before they know what it's over. And they're like, wow, I really was just starting to relax and enjoy myself. So in this moment by moment version of yourself, which is that fifth dimensional being that knows that the past has already happened and the future has not happened yet. So the only thing that really exists is this moment. And if you can allow yourself to be like the child who's new to the world each day and is not really thinking about perhaps that inner voice that's talking about the past in a way that perhaps you would like to redo something or relive something, perhaps being able to let it go, and perhaps being able to let go of worrying about the future and what's going to come and what's trying to anticipate everything that's going to happen that might not be a good outcome. Let that go as well. You see, because if you can play in the energy moment by moment in your life, you start to create a very peaceful, we will call it algorithm, and you start to draw in that type of energy to you. And it is very much like riding a bike. At first, each one of you is going to do it a little different, but it's going to feel a little awkward at first. And you're going to perhaps try and navigate it and feel a little upset when you realize that you missed a chance or you didn't observe the feelings and you kind of felt very deeply saddened or triggered by something. And you're saying, I could have stepped back at that moment and allowed that feeling to pass through a bit and handled it better. So we would like you to not go into criticism of how you're doing it, but just try doing it. And each moment it gets easier and easier, and let go. For if you have ever observed children, they don't really have an agenda. They don't really have an expectation of how things are going to turn out. They're just playing in the energy here. And the best version of you would be one that would be that neutral, that would be able to do that. No expectation, no agenda, just taking it as it comes the best you can in the moment and trying to stay positive about it. And this is how you create a reality of harmony. So we encourage you to try this. And we ask that you allow us at the Galactic Command to assist you in this energy, this playful, joyful energy here, to lighten the load a bit and make things easier as you move forward as a conscious creator. And that is our message for you today. Thank you. Thank you for listening to our message, and we honor each and every one of you here. Namaste. Have a good week.